Hey, what's up, everyone? Dragon back again with another edition of the Fantasy Commentary. Today we are watching one of my all-time favorite Dragon films, Dragonslayer. Now, when you see the Paramount logo on your screen, that is your cue to start listening to us. We're going to kick things off in 3, 2, 1. Hello! Welcome to the edition of the Fantasy Commentary. Today we are watching Dragonslayer.
Dragonslayer! Exactly.
Shit! This is,
Walt Disney Productions.
Is this
Apparently.
really?
I had no idea about that, actually.
But this is like 80s Disney, right? It's not the same.
Well,
as...
I think they kind of bankrolled it, so it's not like a Disney proper movie, but it's...
So is there going to be like musicals that break out and
Oh, no, this is actually...
princesses that need saving?
No, this movie's very progressive.
Poison apples.
There's no princesses that need saving in this film.
Little men, little tiny.
What do you say? Stop.
You really
Stop
fixated on
yourself.
some Snow White shit right here.
Stop yourself right now. But yeah, no, this was... oh, sorry about that, folks. I'm throwing my phone around. But no, this was kind of during the golden era of, like, high fantasy, like, movies from the 80s. But this was always a bit more of a highbrow one. It had some of the, at the time, what was called go motion, which it was kind of like a successor or
Predecessor?
no, this came after stop motion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is kind of what stop motion kind of evolved into. It's basically a bit smoother, a bit more kind of refined, kind of basically kind of the go-to before CGI became a thing.
I guess we'll see.
But no, this was a pretty good movie and had some pretty decent dragon effects. So usually people talk about dragon movies kind of during, this era. Or even kind of all the way up to like the early 90s, people always talk about Dragonslayer. This movie also is kind of funny, too.
Speaking my language.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought your family's from Hong Kong.
This shit gets me going, dude. Is that not Hong Kongese?
Hong Kong is... He's Chinese, folks, so he can make that joke. The rest of us have to just laugh awkwardly on the couch because we're white. oh, yeah. Classic Alex.
I wanted to bring that further, but I felt like I shouldn't. I did that for you guys.
Thank you. Making the jokes that we can.
But no, that was my jam when what language he was speaking, yeah.
Just kind of random, I mean, that might have actually, I don't know, it might have been Latin for all I know. But,
it sounded like he was about to cast a spell.
Well, the thing I liked about this, too, this has a lot of kind of the classic, I feel like this was a fantasy film made for people who were into fantasy. Basically, people who were playing, like, the first wave of, like, D&D and stuff like that.
Right.
Were into, like, this kind of movie. Because it's not like, it's a serious film, but there's jokes, there's levity in it, and people who are, like, into fantasy, like fantasy nerds and all that, we have fun with this. So I like how this film wasn't overly stoic. And, like, the adventuring party that, partakes on the adventure, it kind of feels like a classic, like, Dungeons & Dragons adventuring party.
Are we going to see, like, the archetypes of classes and shit? Come out here?
To some degree. There's going to be a wizard.
He's done this a few times.
He was the old guy in the Neverending Story.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. I think he got typecast. Oh. So what do we do now, guys? Boy. Kratos before Kratos.
Right. What is he wearing? Like a fucking bedroll on his side?
I mean, you're an adventurer. You're
You have to
traveling.
carry a bedroll.
Yeah.
Are you going to sleep on the ground?
There's not an inn everywhere you go.
So what class is that guy?
Which one?
The guy talking. The little boy.
I'd probably say maybe like a thief. So
I was
basically
gonna say
like a
he's
rogue,
either
I would say.
rogue or a bard.
Oh, fuck! This is the guy that plays what's-his-face in Ghostbusters, right?
The marshmallow?
Well, no. Wow.
I don't know.
Alex has seen Ghostbusters, everyone.
I have.
No.
It's been a while.
He played like Yanu in Ghostbusters 2.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, definitely like my favorite line of the whole movie. He is Vigo! You are like the buzzing of flies to him. I
Viggo
love
Mortensen?
you too. No, Alex. Not Viggo Mortensen. I'm trying to find his name now. He was like an Ally McBeal and...
I don't know, man.
What? This guy or the other guy? The
This
old
guy right here,
Him?
young guy.
Yeah.
He looks like the guy from Friends.
He might have appeared in Friends for... He's a pretty known character actor.
Maybe they're all here for a slumber party with the wizard.
Oh.
Who wouldn't want to have a slumber party with that guy?
That hat.
That guy looks like he knows how to party.
Look at his magical fucking cloak.
See, I love how
I know.
They don't try to make it look super sleek and like try to make it. We're gonna try to make it look cool. No, this is cool.
He's some Merlin motherfucker.
What a nerd.
Are you a wizard? You're gonna cast some spells? Yeah, and he kills
Put on your
everyone.
wizard hat and robes.
Jesus Christ! I'm not fighting him anywhere.
I always love how like shows or TV shows, movies, whatever like this, like they try to how they first introduce magic and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost like a tutorial here, like a how-to.
Well,
Peter McNichols is his name.
Mick Mickles.
McNichol.
I love that name.
It's a good name.
That's gonna be my son's name.
Or a sorcerer, I guess is it.
Oh man, he got such a chub saying that.
Still wish to be a sorcerer?
Oh man.
Oh yeah, totally, bro.
About
Oh,
good
you have
thing
no
my
idea,
robes are
bro.
thick.
Oh man, I think about it all the time.
That's a tiny
You a
door.
fucking sorcerer, bro? Oh hell yeah. Then I'll get all the bitches. Like, hey babe, you want to see some spells and shit?
Yeah, I love seeing how like different how they portray societies like treating magic or like
Yeah.
how magic is heralded in the normal world.
Well, it's funny in the real world, like in history, people who were thought to be like magic users were always looked down upon. They were treated in Europe like they were always in league with like the devil, you know, that kind of thing. And now these people are called pharmacists or chemists, depending on what part of the
man.
world you live in.
Professional drug dealers.
Yeah. I like he's got like a little stage production here. He's like, you know,
I know, right?
that kid is like his entourage.
It's hype man. Hype boy.
He just walks out like going, "Oh shit, get ready for some fucking sorcery."
I know everything.
That's a sweet hat he's got on.
I don't know. It's a little weird.
I don't know. I'm feeling that hat, man. I'm all about. I don't even like hats, but I might have to be all about that hat.
What the fuck is this?
I specifically ordered marijuana.
Oh, Jesus.
Are those supposed to be dragon scales?
Yeah.
They look so
Dry.
fibrous.
Yeah.
I must smoke this to be sure.
That's a tooth.
Jesus.
I know my dragons. Okay. When I'm not here, I'm practicing wizardry.
I just picture seeing a sad side of my head. You in front of the mirror at home
With my staff, you know,
Wow.
and my cloak.
while not knowing the touch of a woman.
Oh, God. I love your sock.
It's been Guardian Leviosa. Hey gang, take a good look at this fella right here. Tell me if you can't figure out his secret right now.
Yeah, I know.
He touches children?
What? No, no!
Is that not
Not the wizard.
Not the wizard.
The girl that's supposed to be a boy. Am I right? I can't remember. We watched this a while ago.
Yeah. Did you think that was a boy for real?
I was still in the air.
I was being open. I was being progressive.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say no either way.
Why not both?
Why not both, actually?
Those are some weird fucking scales. Like, I don't know why they look like fur.
Yeah, they look like corn husks.
Yeah.
They probably are corn husks. Like flattened corn husks. That's actually
Ew.
literally exactly what I bet you they are, if you look at them. I do kind of like the idea they're probably trying to make him also look different, like exotic, like.
That's something you've never seen before.
Yeah, like it doesn't just look like a normal scale. It's something that is.
And it's an old dragon, so
Yeah.
the scales are.
See, I like too how they're describing this dragon because when you think of a movie called Dragonslayer, a very grand, probably image comes to mind. But I like this story. This is it's like an old ass dragon that's just bitter and angry. This isn't some it's basically this dragon's become like a tyrannical slumlord.
So what you're saying is it's the Clint Eastwood of dragons.
Get off my lawn.
Get out of my there.
But leave me your virgins first. I just sound like Batman. It always comes back to Batman.
Yeah.
I still think about how the dragon's talking to his other dragon buddies, and then I told him I wanted virgins, and they brought them.
I think I'm old. I'm like 9.
Fucking ageist against this dragon.
But again, if we go think about it in mythology, like dragons are set to live to be like either really long or even immortal in some cases. Hey, what's up? Hey, babe, how you doing? Yeah, what's up, girl? How you doing?
Ew.
Yeah.
Not aroused.
You
But he is. You can tell.
That hair.
check out my mop top. You like it? I just got it fluffed today. Shit, it looks feathered
That
too.
person.
Why is everyone taking their helmets off?
They've entered the safe zone. Haven't you ever played the RPGs?
What? Did you just use words at me?
Yeah.
That's all I got.
The RPGs?
The garbage. Oh, the RPG. I see what you're doing. He's being funny. That'd be great if they all took off their helmets and long, flowing locks, like ridiculously long, just like.
Well, and then it breaks into like a Herbal Essences commercial.
Yes. Look it. They're halfway there with all the fucking wind.
I know. Look at that guy.
He's like, look at my hair. This is what you could be. And then this is what you want.
Gravity.
You just cellular fucking well.
No, he's turning it into wine. He's Jesus.
Jesus.
Seriously, everyone in this movie is like going overboard on the moose, though.
Yeah.
But everyone's hair's got some serious like
I'm
fluff
loving
to it, man.
the way that old guy's talking. I want more of him. Him, right there.
The dagger.
The dagger.
The dagger.
They look so much less
Bring me my
flamboyant.
detonators.
You're what?
He's gonna give him like a test. Like he wants to see if he's like legit. That's the thing too, though. Like I get a sense from this movie, like there are people who use magic. Magic exists in this world, but it's not like, oh my god, everyone's doing it on the
Yeah.
street corner. It's
Like
like,
if there's a starfish.
He was pretty open with his magic, right?
oh yeah,
over
people
there.
do it, but to come across someone who does do it, it's more of a big deal. Like the fact that they all came to this guy in this region is probably because he's probably one of the only people in the area,
That's safe.
in the entire region, who can do magic. So
He practices magic. Everything's safe.
I guess so.
And then I was just reminded of Harry Potter, Neville's parents.
oh, too soon, bro.
Sorry.
Too soon.
Whoa.
Whoa, hey,
Whoa.
whoa.
Oh.
He's like,
Oh God, why is this so like?
he's getting tantric.
He's like, oh,
Yeah, he's into some kinky shit.
I don't know about this.
Oh,
This isn't for your eyes, little boy.
The magic's locking me in. It's the wizard safety mode.
he cuts his head
Okay,
off.
so what movie did this come out again?
1981.
Wow, what movie did this come out again? What year? God
That's
damn
why I
it.
love you, babe. I get you.
I think it was the 2 beers I had before.
All
we
right, this is
started
getting
1981.
right now.
So
Yeah?
Star Wars
He likes-
came out
He was
before
like,
this.
"You
Yeah.
can hurt me any way you like," and that guy just instantly, you could tell he had a hard on. It was just
So
weird.
we're starting some like fucking.
He looks at you,
Obi-Wan
goes like,
shit.
yeah.
Wait, so I can stab you
Give it in that
repeatedly.
knowing look.
The fuck?
I thought I was into this, but I'm not. I'm not into this after all. Oh.
Wait, I lied.
Oops! Oh, no, you can hurt me.
I forgot. So what was the point of this?
You'll see. It was like a whole thing at the end.
He's like a phoenix.
It'd be amazing. You just rise up as a giant bird of fire. Like, well, shit, if I would have known that, I would have stabbed you a long time ago.
And then the boy, like, proceeds to stab himself.
But he just dies. Everyone starts stabbing themselves, but just dying. Like, oh, they didn't work out so well.
So...
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It's okay.
I'm sure he's fine. He's just taking a nap.
A dirt nap.
Oh, it's true. Let's burn him now.
So, anyone else thinking that was pretty pointless? Well, that went up quick.
Bye.
Getting a whole Jedi funeral and everything.
Right?
Oh, shit, look at that. There we go.
Got that green flame.
And everyone's like, well, we're over this.
I'm bored.
And he must be thinking, this was so fucking pointless. Like this guy, like, normally when you have, like, okay, the asshole guards show up. Oh, no, they killed my master. No, they had no intention of killing him. And like, no, stab me. What? Why? Just do it. Trust me. We didn't come here to kill you. Just fucking stab me. I'll be fine. Okay.
He was not fine.
Bye, birds.
So much for my internship.
I know, right?
But maybe now he's the wizard, you know? Like, he's gonna...
Maybe he had the power inside of him all along.
Like, it's like there can only be one wizard.
We'll get to that movie. Rest assured. See, even he's rocking the hat.
Yeah.
How can you not rock that hat, man? Oh,
Easily.
Very easily.
I don't know. I think I'd have a hard time. Oh.
Yeah, he's putting away all this stuff, but maybe all along, he just needed to believe in himself.
That's what it is. I'm sure that's exactly what it is. It's a cool dice box.
Right?
So you keep all your lucky D20s.
Yeah, this kid gives up too easily, you know? Oh, my chub. He is so wet right now.
I want a cool necklace amulet thing with like a quartz crystal. So I'm pretty sure this is all shot in Wales. This was before the world discovered New Zealand, and that became the destination spot for all things fantasy.
It's a great egg trip. I mean, trick. God damn it.
Coming down
I
on
don't know
that
why,
egg
but
trip.
It just reminded me of Looper, where everyone's like flipping quarters and that's all they can do. This is the extent of his magical powers.
So that was interesting too about like fantasy films too. Like there was always a genre that always used really good like locations.
Yeah.
I mean, they always like found some of those beautiful like settings to shoot in because everything had, back then you couldn't green screen things and like digitally create a magical world, so you had to rely heavily on practical locations.
See, so did he just suddenly get all this magic shit because the other guy is gone? I can't remember.
I feel like this is like the extent of his powers.
Yeah,
right
I think
his,
he was
levitation.
He's like a
that's about it.
trickster.
Yeah, like
He's an arcane trickster.
Oh, God.
Don't
force him.
like he knows telekinesis, and that's about it.
I kind of feel like I feel like a magic that's kind of like the standard kind of basic, like you can just move shit around. Like,
I mean, that's a 6th level spell.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like, what kind of sorcerer are you if you can't like make shit move?
Yeah, but when you're removing people's clothes without their consent, man, it's a whole other level of
Well, then you're just a
Are they
rapist.
about to get down and dirty right there?
Dude, that old man in the back is creepy. Is that just me? He looks suspicious.
Something bad's gonna happen. He's gonna open up that cloak and be dual wielding
He
two
kind of
huge
looks
ass
like he's gonna turn
scimitars.
into a zombie. At
He
any
just
second.
gonna like start
Am
just
I
hacking
right?
people up. He's being all like quiet, but he's probably like the fighter of the group. He's proficient in all weapons.
He's the monk.
He's the barbarian. He's gonna wield a giant great axe.
Is the priest that guy? That
Cleric?
looks like
You mean the
priest.
cleric?
Where I come from, they're priests.
Keep your World of Warcraft
It's
shit
the way
out
they
of
touched
this.
me growing up. And then you got the
Peace be-
sorcerer and the wizard. Oh no,
Yeah, we know. He made a guy stab him. We were all there and very confused.
Right?
I mean, yeah, sure. Technically.
Custer shot him and they're just stabbing him to death on the ground.
I will perform the trick my master couldn't. Please.
Stab me.
Stab.
Are you sure? Yes, I feel good about this. Look at that, man. That braid's got
Bring
a
in the
nice
virgin.
braid. That braid. That horse. That's a nice braid job.
This is why we... Never mind.
What?
Nothing. It's fine.
We're gonna let that one go.
Hood that chick. It's fine.
Again, I just love the idea of like an old, decrepit dragon that's just strong-arming people. Because at this point, human beings would be the only thing like really weak enough for a dragon that age, probably to really like bully around.
If she tried hard enough, she could get that off pretty easily.
It's roleplay, man. Like this is all just a big like kink session. Like
Ew.
the dragon's just some big like Macy's Day Parade float just for the whole like effect.
So do you think there was a lot of whores in this period? Because all the virgins get fed to the dragons. So it's like, you want your V card taken away real fast so you're not sacrificed to the dragon?
I mean, that's a good incentive for me. Like, tell a girl, come on, we need to have sex. You don't want to die, do you?
Jesus, that's awful, you guys.
Oh, I'm
not saying
it's a good thing. I'm just saying, like, hey, you don't want to get eaten, but you be fed to a dragon,
no one
right?
wants to get eaten by a dragon.
No.
Oh, God.
So, the sex.
There's a very quick alternative.
Here, she's not putting any effort into
Speak for
fucking
yourself.
this.
Wrap your legs around the pole and lift yourself up.
Why'd they leave the horse, though? What the fuck?
Because the
The
horse,
horse
is
is also a virgin.
Oh, no.
But again, I get the sense like this is all just like the dragon doesn't even care about virgins. I think it's just like part of the hustle.
It's part of like
The lore, and the dragon knows it, so the dragon's just basically
Ouch.
using their ignorance against them just so he
Just
can get like a
break
free
your
meal.
it's just something like drag. I feel like dragons like they just have that ego where it's just like, I mean, I can ask for this. There's no reason for it.
But they'll give it
But
to
I'll make them do it.
So I want a virgin who was born on the 6th moon of the winter solstice. Oh god, that even looks painful.
Okay, you don't stop now.
Yeah, now. Yep, and
They
God,
didn't chain that to the pole. They just stuck it up there.
That's what I mean. She could easily just be like, kind of jump up and floop it.
parkour it.
I don't know. Not floop. That's not a word.
I don't know. When there's a dragon staring at you, though, it might be hard to do anything.
Listen, we all get performance anxiety, but when your life's on the line, you make it work.
I mean, I don't know. The last time I was in front of a dragon, I couldn't perform.
My snack. That's my dragon voice.
Then she instantly goes and fucks the horse. They're both not virgins.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry.
Ew. But what if it's a female?
Oh
Same-
well,
Yeah, I mean,
it counts, right?
I have to say, this is some pretty good.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, this movie looks great.
I know we watched this a while ago, but I
I mean, I saw it growing up a lot, but
Well,
what a nerd.
yeah, and I like how they hide the dragon
okay,
too. They
but
don't.
what if you fuck the dragon? It then won't want you.
It's like, oh wait, what? Oh god damn it! Well, I was gonna eat you, but then you ate me.
I thought
So-
we went over this, though. Dragons
Oh.
don't have outside genitalia. It's all on the inside or something.
See, this is probably why she's
It's like a
pretending to be
crocodile.
boy.
Right? Is that...
I would imagine.
'Cause
I
I'm
mean-
I mean,
guessing
you were
she's
a
the
dragon.
virgin, and she doesn't want to be
Draconian.
sacrificed.
I played a half dragon in D&D.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the plumbing was
So
all.
when you looked at your junk,
I'm pretty sure it was all indoor plumbing.
Cloaca.
That beautiful word coming out of the ether. Cloaca. We're trying to be all coy about it. But no, I do like how they didn't just like show that. I like how they use a lot of really good practical effects. They kind of show you bits and pieces of it because when you're going to see a lot of the full body stuff, it's going to be go motion.
it's one of those things where they just don't have the budget to like make it look that great, so they do the suspense builder where they show.
Well, I
you
mean, it
pieces.
does look good when you see it, but well, then again, like the more go motion shots they have, the more
it's
expensive.
going to cost.
And go motion, it was like stop motion. They had to like it was like a frame every like second. Like you have to stage the model, take a frame video, then do it again. So it took a long time to animate it because it's not like in CGI where you're animating a fluid movement. You're animating parts. So the more of it there is, the longer it takes to animate. And of course, he thinks it's the other guy's a
I
guy.
have boobies. You're not allowed to look.
He's under the water, dude.
Yeah, that's why. Dude, that river would be so fucking nasty. It would just be green and brown when you open your eyes.
You don't know that. Have you been in a fantasy?
I've been in some
Pond?
nasty rivers and tried to open my eyes. But
Yeah,
it's a bad idea.
but this isn't this world.
This is a world.
There is a
rivers-
pool boy. He's a wizard known by Clayton. He comes to this pond often. And
You know, dredges it out.
yeah.
I'm gonna straight up murder these folks now.
And I kind of think it's interesting too, like even
Maybe
in
I'm just a man with gland issues, okay?
whoa.
Dude, she's got the voice down though.
Yeah, so
Duh.
see, I like how they, you know, again, the whole idea of like you have to basically be you know, they hide her being a woman because if you could get picked to be, you know, fed to a dragon.
That's what
Fuck
I'm
that
saying.
shit.
You just go fuck the first guy you see.
But I get the feeling it doesn't matter if you actually have had sex or not.
Well, I also think in this world too, like that's the thing. If you're like not married
Yeah,
and you
I
have
think
sex,
that's
you're
what it means.
and if you are deemed a whore, you'll be cast out. You'll be, you know what I mean? It's like, again, this is a fantasy world, but it seems like it's also very much steeped in like kind of like history of our world kind of thing, where a lot of the prejudices and stereotypes and double standards.
It's like most fantasy things where it's like medieval times type setting.
Yeah, where it's like, it basically feels like our world just with fantasy elements. Like this could be medieval England just with a dragon. But the way, women being second-class citizens and all that kind of stuff, it's still prevalent in this world. So they're not going to sacrifice a young boy, even do it to a dragon. Meat is meat. The dragon doesn't care if it's a male or female.
Dude, get a hold of yourself.
He has a hard on though. You just get that look from him every time he performs magic.
Oh.
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 Too bad that magic didn't tell you before it happened. Did he say funny water?
I don't know, but
Dude,
that is such
very-
a medieval chip clip on that bag.
God damn it. Oh, it burned me. Oh, you're dead.
Oh, you're
Guess
dead,
I'm
huh?
gonna burn you now. He just becomes an arsonist. Forgets about the dragon.
I was gonna say, like, being an arsonist, it might be good for the dragon, but if the dragon breathes fire, we've already seen this dragon breathe fire, but again, depending on what mythology you're going by, or popular fiction, not all dragons breathe fire.
Well, this guy just has all these old people in his life that are just dropping like flies.
Well, at least that old guy didn't ask to be murdered. Or maybe he did, he was like, shoot me!
Yeah,
Shoot me with your arrow! You cannot hurt me! Oh.
What did you say?
I don't know, man.
I wanted, like he said Merlin, but I know that's not what he said.
Seriously, look at that background. It's gorgeous.
This guy, he's so awkward.
And I'm pretty sure this is shot in Wales.
I love all these people who, like, they're all carrying, like, their backpacking gear.
Well, that's the thing. As an adventurer, that's how it would be.
Yeah.
You got to bring all your shit with you. Like,
Everyone's got their bag,
yeah.
their go bag.
Except for him. He's like, I'm a rebel. I sleep on the ground.
No, he's a wizard. He floats.
But see, again, I love this. It feels like such classic fantasy. The adventure, people, and again, this feels like it was a fantasy movie made for like fantasy fans. Because you can always kind of tell the kinds of movies that are made for more like the people who think they know what like a certain like genre piece is, versus the people who are actually fans of the genre. Again, the 80s were filled with these kind of high fantasy movies like swords and sorcery kind of films, but some of them really stood out as like, okay, this was made by people who really like this kind of stuff for people who like it. And this movie always stood out to me when I was a kid because it was like the people were interesting. They weren't all super stoic and speaking in thou art this and that. They kind of just felt like real people who would live in this world. They were rough around the edges. They had personalities.
Must have been fun being a wizard back then, too. You just kind of, like, mix a bunch of weird shit together, say some words on it, like...
Must have been fun to be a wizard back then, back when they had real wizards.
Yeah.
Back when magic was real.
You think if I put this raspberry in my butthole, it'll give me magic powers?
Fuck. As long as you were a man. If you're a woman, you're thrown into a lake.
Because you're a witch.
Yeah.
I love how now in popular culture, like witches and like Wiccan is becoming like shown for what it is, actually being shown as cool. Because for usually a lot of these older stories, like witches were always deemed as evil. And if you actually look at like Wiccan lore and mythology, like witches were generally good.
Yeah.
Witches are usually actually the good guys. Usually
Because
those
they use like urban medicine.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, if you pray enough, you'll get better. Nope.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. What if it is?
Yeah. It'll be great.
He's like, yeah,
Wait,
well, maybe I
isn't
will.
that why they brought him and why they're going there?
Yeah.
Is to find the dragon and kill it or
I
something?
think they want
don't-
to wait for it to be out of its lair.
He goes up, because yeah, it's got lair actions in here, man. It's in D&D 101. You don't want to fight the dragon in their lair. He goes up to the dragon. Go ahead. Set me on fire. You cannot hurt me.
He just eats it
Roll
instead.
credits. Oh, shit. I guess this is why magic
No,
died out in the
you
world.
didn't know that he couldn't be set on fire either.
Who, him?
Yeah.
Is that what he says? Kind of like how the other guy, could not be stabbed to death?
Yeah. Exactly how.
This is why there's no magic in the world anymore, people.
What did he just say?
I really love the set design in this movie, too. Oh, shit, it's about to get real.
Why not use your magic to undress yourself?
When you were, like, molesting that old guy.
I know. You shamed him.
Alex, you getting chub?
I had one this whole time.
No chubs allowed.
The secret is I always have a job.
Oh, God! I'm done.
It's okay, he's doing like the Vulcan thing
Commentary
there. Live long and prosper.
over.
And now we roll for initiative. Top of the round. Here we go.
Man, why you gotta break a statue? Like, that's just rude.
He's basically went up to that dragon's front yard and knocked over his mailbox.
Yeah, that's legit all I did.
And now, Clint Eastwood Dragon's gonna come out with a shotgun. Get off my... It still sounds like Batman. It just sounds like Batman now.
It's fine.
Like, his first instinct's just yelling no. Like, wait, I didn't mean it.
I've lost control.
Oh shit, oh shit,
I like
oh shit.
this like, very novice sorcerer who's like... He doesn't really know why he's doing things, he's just kind of doing them. And, he's facing the consequences. It's much like D&D, where you're just casting spells. You're not really sure what the hell is going to happen the first time.
When you're like low level and you're just starting out, well, basically he's like a low level D&D character. You don't have a lot of spells, and you don't really know what most of them do. And you don't even really know when to use them. So you just kind of go into a situation like, here's the thing I can do.
I cast Fireball. Wait, the room is... I didn't ask how big the room was.
Yeah. Get ready to start a new campaign next week, guys.
Look at him hold out his arms. I did it. I'm special. That's the dragon. That's the budget. Roar, roar. Oh no, another dragon. Roar, roar. Oh god, so many dragons!
All right, Gandalf would not be happy about this display.
Gandalf and all the other wizards just roll up in there. It's just
This
thugged
is
out.
just this celebration. Come on.
The fuck is this shit?
Weak.
I don't know what he's drinking, but I want to drink it out of that. So that's the kind of weird thing. For her, they believe the dragon is dead. Yes, folks. Spoilers. We haven't seen the credits yet. But her whole life, she's basically been raised as a boy, and now. And again, ladies, I'm not saying if you're a girl you have to wear dresses. But in a world where essentially, even if she was curious to try it, she could never even entertain the notion because it would mean death for her.
Is there no cross dressers in this time?
I mean,
Well,
I
clearly
don't
there
know.
are, because she was one.
well, yeah, but out of survival, whereas
Well, yeah.
this is the first time she can kind of. Because again, for her, it's not even about, I have to be weak now. It's more or less like she's probably curious because it's.
I feel like the whole town wouldn't react like this.
Well, but I think they thought she was a boy the whole time.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but like, it's not like,
Let's touch her. Let's make sure.
I don't know. Would they really? The whole town just went silent.
Well, again, for better or for worse, I mean, this is probably not. I know this is not going to be very progressive, but I'm saying in this world, it seems like girls are supposed to want to be, like this. But for her, it wasn't like I choose not to be like this. She felt like she had to. So it's not even like she chose to be more of a tomboy. It was more or less like she was forced to be a tomboy. So where some people would see her wearing pants and carrying a sword would be like, yeah, she's tough and progressive. For her, it feels more like something that was kind of forced on her. So she's like, well, maybe I do want to be girly. Maybe I do want to wear a dress. I don't know. I've never tried it because I've never been allowed to. So I get the sense that now she's probably feeling she can kind of experiment. I mean, maybe she won't like it, and maybe she'll want to go back to the way it was. But she wants it. If she is going to live that way, I think she wants it to be her choice. So I think this is like a sign of her. Okay, I'm going to explore this other way of life that was always denied to me, and maybe I'll stick with it. Maybe I won't. But at least whichever way I go now, it'll be my choice. It won't be because I'm forced to live in fear of being one way versus the other. I'm sure the people who, when they made this movie, didn't put nearly that much thought into it. But then, in a more socially conscious era that we live in today, that's kind of like the way I like to think of it.
Do you see these dance moves?
Some sweet ass dance moves.
Yeah, look at him breaking it down on that dance floor.
I know. Look at that. It's like Nicki Minaj back in the day, fantasy style.
Who's that?
No one important. And you can quote me on that.
Is that the person that has a dick?
What?
What?
No.
No? Who am I thinking of?
I don't know. I don't know, Alex.
A man somewhere?
You were probably right. Probably. Not 100%, but...
Oh. And now you're going to kind of start to realize this whole thing with the dragon might not have been as cut and dry as we were led to believe.
This town is just all ready to just go completely quiet.
I know. They're used to... Well, they live in the shadow of a dragon, so I'm sure they're ready to kind of wrap shit up at a moment's notice.
Yeah, I guess they would be like
They were good at
scared
that.
shitless. Like,
Yeah.
the instant they hear that, that virgin blood smelling dragon, they would instantly all go hide.
I just came to show off my hair again.
Take it off. Take off that helmet. Come on. Do it. I'm gonna slow roast the shit out of this pig.
Yeah, that was so weird how he started doing that.
But technically, he's kind of like doing them a favor.
Yeah.
So like,
I just didn't want your pig to burn.
meanwhile, he's like, oh, look at that.
If you just stopped, oh, by the way, the side's burning a little bit. You can start turning it.
Oh.
I thought we froze for a second there.
Did he just throw that chicken?
No, he made it disappear into another pocket dimension.
So where the king's legs are, looks like he hasn't stood up in a while.
Yeah.
The king looks Amish.
He needs a new arcane focus.
I know. That is an Irish wolfhound.
AKA the arcane table flip.
The king looks bored and sad. That helmet, though. Holy crap.
Crown. It's
Or
supposed
crap.
to be a crown.
And-
but
no, that's a helmet at
there's
that
a
point,
weird ass
folks.
helmet behind him, though. See that? Yeah, that crown's fucking ridiculous. Great story, bro.
But see, here's the thing, though. Again, I feel nowadays, because of what they can do with like visual effects, this throne would be very gaudy. It'd be very much like a high fantasy. But I love, even in this is a high fantasy story. Like the aesthetics of the kingdom and the world look very much like old Earth. Like, you know, that's what an ancient throne room would look like. It'd be very wood and like antlers. You know, it'd be a lot more rustic in appearance. Whereas when we think of like thrones and, you know, knights and stuff, now we always have this very kind of, I think, gaudy image in our head. But look how almost pagan this looks like. You know what I mean? But for them, this would be like,
Normal castle.
Yeah,
Lots of colors where you usually don't see colors.
yeah. But for them, this would be considered gaudy.
Yeah. Well, then send in some boys.
See, yeah, like how he's basically saying too, like, you know, if the dragon kills all of us, it'll have to eventually move on and find somewhere else. But the dragon is old and wants to stay comfortable, so if we give it a reason not to kill us all and allow it to be comfortable, it's worth it. I kind of think it's kind of an interesting idea where it's like, no. And that's the thing too, you know, if there's other dragons out there, like, if this one's no longer, if their kingdom is no longer in its territory, what's to stop another dragon, in theory, from coming in and
That's
like...
how it usually works.
You know, this dragon is like old, weak. I feel like another dragon could easily just come in and take over.
Yeah, but I kind of feel dragons are kind of a rare thing too. There's not like a million of them flying around, so... And that's the other thing too, like, it probably keeps them safe from other kingdoms and other armies.
Dragon by.
Yeah, they don't want to... I mean, the dragon will inadvertently keep them safe because they're essentially its food pantry.
Yeah, they have like the weird relationship going on.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, okay, we sacrifice a few people, and as a whole, we're safe. And the people who are making all these rules are the people who, you know, they're rich and the powerful, so they don't have to sacrifice. So technically, they're fine. They've got nothing to worry about. All the girls in the king's court, they're not going to get sacrificed. Everyone who's in the king's court is going to be safe, and they're the ones who are coming up with this idea.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And why hasn't your ass been sent to the dragon?
Yo, wait, why is he behind bars right now?
I don't know, because he messed with the dragon and didn't.
He might have like ruined the relationship.
Yeah.
If
Well, that's the thing. If
there was peace,
if the dragon's dead, well, what's to stop? It could happen again. But if the dragon's not dead, you just royally pissed it off.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, if that's what you want to believe.
Yeah, sure. You put your name in the water, I'm sure. And that's the thing too, like it's easy to vilify her, but I think if you're in her position, even if you deep down knew, wouldn't you maybe a part of you want to convince yourself otherwise? Because
hell yeah.
Well, it's again
wants to get chosen for that.
exactly. It's easy to want to be noble.
Is this not? No, it's definitely Jenga.
He's cheating. He's pulling from the top.
His face.
Like,
Of course
Dude, look at his
not.
fucking bling. Holy shit. Do you see that?
yeah. How about? It's so funny. As soon as she says that, they're just both like, "Duh."
I'm burnt.
Don't fucking say that. Now she knows it's bullshit.
I kind of figured, did they give one of them a mustache so we could tell them apart?
I know they look pretty similar.
One of them's got a bit more feathering at the end.
He obviously pays more for his hair.
Yes.
If you thought otherwise, you're a stupid girl.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Well, again, it's a whole thing of like money and power. I mean,
So
again, it's funny too when to see people go back. Again, I know this isn't historical; it's like a fantasy world, but a lot of the aesthetics are historical. But it's one of the things when people glorify the ancient world, and I'm like, no, it was a. Imagine a time where, like, if you were not part of a rich, noble family, like, the peasants were literally just cannon fodder for
Yeah.
nobility. Like, it kind of shows you, like, if you're either of power, like, a guy like this right here, he's not of nobility, but because he's strong and can wield a sword well, he basically
people
becomes
still won't remember him. They'll
Well-
remember the king who employed him.
but exactly. But by him being a brute, basically you have to learn in life. Okay, either you're born into a good family, or you basically have to become like a brute and be like good with a sword, and that's the only way to survive.
Still, even then, you're still just a cannon fodder guy.
Yeah, but you're going to be awarded a lot more freedom and privilege than like a peasant. He probably has a nicer house, and he's got some money. Which is the best you could
So,
ever hope for if
did
you're not born in nobility.
Did you see how he was locked into that cage? How it was just like a metal thing that was looped onto
Yeah.
and he knows how to move things.
Listen.
With his mind.
Listen,
Like with his mind.
Listen.
Like with his mind.
He only uses that power to undress old men, okay?
if the bars to his prison were a bunch of old men, he would have had
He
that
can only
shit
do it
down
when he's
pat.
got a job. And
had that
only
shit locked
addressing
down.
old men
Oh my
will
god.
do that. I got it.
Like maybe if his bars were just like a bunch of like fabric just draped over cross. But see, that's the thing. Is it pure because again that's a cross. So there's Christianity in this world. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe this is supposed to be like the old world.
Necessarily mean Christianity.
But no, aside from God, yeah, I think this is
All right.
implying it's the idea of like, mythology is like, in the old days we used to have dragons, kind of thing. I think it's supposed to be like ancient world, but if dragons were real as
Did you
opposed
say
to
it's Lizard Man?
what?
I don't know what he
I'm
said.
pretty sure that's not what he said.
I like how he brought them straight to the Dragonslayer, by the way.
Well, because in like European mythology, dragons were always like considered evil or demonic or in league with the devil.
So clearly, let's go to where his lair
and like
was.
basically post Christian Europe, they were always considered evil. I mean, there was different like myths about them in pagan mythology, Scandinavian mythology, but in terms of like England, it was always like considered like, oh, they're like the devils. They're evil creatures. But the irony is, what makes this dragon evil is no more evil than like the humans you see in this movie. The dragon is just doing what the humans do. They're taking advantage of those it deems lesser than them. How is the dragon any different than like a king? It's like, because I'm something, because I'm this thing, I'm better than you, and I can like subjugate you. The dragon's just doing the same thing. Because I'm a dragon, I can subjugate you. So it's kind of the irony is like they hate the dragon, but the dragon's doing the same thing they do. He's just the fact that it's a dragon.
I don't know if they're eating virgins, but you're right.
Yeah, but okay, like they would take food and crops away from like peasants to feed themselves. You know what I mean? Like peasants are just there to
In
kind of
exchange for protection.
Dragons doing the same thing essentially. Yeah, but if it's not a dragon killing you, it's an invading army. It's bandits. It's marauders. It's barbarians. It's your own king. I love how they do this. How they hide the face.
Is that a lizard man?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
I just wish he'd flick him away. I need some fire, motherfucker.
You Sarah Connor, that asshole.
Yeah. He deserved it, though.
Yeah. I like how they did the embers there.
Mm-hmm. I better assess the situation.
Yeah, I'm not leveled up enough for this. I gotta go on a few more missions before I get to this part of the campaign. And that's the thing, you can really see like a dragon could have done this at any point. It's just... And that's the thing too, for the dragon, it probably hates the fact that it has to do that, because the more people it kills, the less there is for it. But if it doesn't show a display of force now...
Well, not to mention it has to leave its house. Basically before he was getting fucking DoorDash, and now he's got to go get his food.
Pants.
God damn.
It's like, God damn it.
Did you say he's got to put on pants?
Yeah.
That shameful scene we see the
Now, how did
dragon
the
in the
dragon
lair
wear pants?
try and pull on his pants. He's old, so he's got arthritis.
I feel like he just wear like a loincloth.
Fuck this thing. Fuck that thing.
Would it be like covering like the top back or like the bottom half? You know what I mean?
Is that like when you see those things like how does a dog wear
Yeah.
pants? Is it all four legs or is it just the butt? Oh my gosh. Oh, why are you stroking me, dude?
And it's kind of funny, too, because here's the thing. They act tough, but realistically, if the king mounted up the entire army, it's an old dragon, you would take casualties, but you could probably take down the dragon. But they don't want to die. They don't want to die. They would rather just keep sacrificing innocent people to this dragon so they'll be left alone, rather than just, mounting up. Like, all right, let's go get him. You know what I mean? They want to act tough. It's like, okay, fine.
Oh yeah, if they lose, the dragon could, kill everything.
But yeah, but it's kind of like, well, I really realistically feel if you got the entire army together, it's an old dragon. Because obviously in this world, they have Dragonslayer. So I'm just like, okay, let's...
That was such a dumb question, by the way.
Yeah, I know. You probably...
What if he specializes in tongs and tong accessories?
Maybe. I need something like a tong, but it's really sharp. Wait, are we supposed to believe he kept this in water and it somehow didn't rust?
It's stainless steel.
I guess so.
He's really excited about that. Again, I really do think, like, if you had that entire military, each one of them carrying this thing, I think you could probably take down the
Is that a
dragon.
fucking horseshoe? Oh, I see what they're trying to do here. Even though you can tell that thing's dull.
That looks cool.
Can you just, like, magic that shit back in your possession?
Well, he's not that skilled. That's the thing.
But it was just appearing in front of him before. So.
Yeah, but I think it wasn't like always controlled. I like this, like their pay-per-view, just like the selection of a virgin. But again, this is their whole world. This is their whole life. You know, it all centers around this. You know, having to live. You know, basically at the mercy of this dragon. That's what's getting. Yeah, the dragons are just kind of like big bullies. Like, but it kind of is an interesting.
Is this like a claw machine type deal?
Just reaches down. And again, really, okay, fine. The dragon can just come, pick a girl, swoop down. But that's the thing, too. The reason also why this dragon wants to be delivered, too, because I think if the dragon just arbitrarily takes people, eventually the kingdom would have no choice but to, you know, mount up and try to fight it, and the dragon might die. So the dragon's kind of keeping them in this state of fear. Because, again, realistic, if you really think about it, if everyone mounted up, you probably could do it.
Or just, you know, eat a fireball.
I mean, the kingdom, the king is rich. He just literally hire, like, the best mercenaries or you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, but again, the dragon keeps him in a state of fear. Like, the dragon is using its own mythology in its favor. It's like, I'm a dragon. Think of all the things you've heard about us. You know what I mean? So if you bring me a virgin whenever I call for it, you know, a girl, you know, like, you'll be safe.
How many virgins is it going to take now that he's pissed?
But again, I think that's also kind of the puritanical kind of view of it, too, whereas, again, I don't think the dragon cares. I think the dragon is just trying to eat.
Let me stir up my pot of virgins.
But it's like, yeah, the dragon is essentially using his own hype against them.
That hat.
It's a good hat, man.
This is like the Pope.
Oh. uh, uh. I love this bit.
Yes. For my daughter is a whore.
And that's the thing too. It's like now you have to worry about like peasant revolts.
They all say that.
Yep.
Damn, dude, that guy's sneaky.
See, that was the thing about, again, having a monarchy system. It's like if you had a leader that was good and just, it was great. But what allowed them to rule that way, it was also what allowed, someone who was more tyrannical.
You gotta have some perks for your family. It seems like the king's daughter is safe. That seems like an okay
but that's the
thing.
thing. But if the royal family represents the country, if they are the country truly, then you need the country is making a sacrifice.
But at the same time, you'd probably want her to have an heir, unless you have multiple daughters.
Yeah, but if she had an heir, she wouldn't be a
royal
virgin.
Family. It doesn't seem that outlandish to me
Well,
that she's safe.
Well, yeah. I'm not saying it's outlandish. I mean, that's kind of why, hey, having a non-democratic society isn't so great because it's not democratic. It's supposed to be like, oh, everyone is equal, right? But I know it doesn't really work that way anyway. But in a monarchy, they're not even pretending that it's equal. They're saying, no. We are going to openly say that some people are better than you, which means.
So what's up with this guy? What is he doing?
He's looking for his amulet.
Ah. Just like if I was him, I'd just leave town.
Ridiculous.
See, and I like how he's basically saying, I'll do it because, I don't want to die either. He just jogged up. You chaps, what's your mistake? Yeah, see, the fact that they call it the black arts, this is much more like a kind of historically kind of Christian, Judeo-Christian view of like sorcery and magic, which was automatically considered either like in league with kind of the devil, that kind of thing. Again, that's what you look at something like Lord of the Rings, where like magic is so common that it's just normal, whereas in our history, when people believed in magic, it was always kind of viewed as like a negative thing. Well, by the people who didn't like it.
Oh man, look at that. He's got that magic. Shut up. I made it glow. I'm a real magician. We need dead old man fire.
He hands him the spear, and I want you to run this right through me. Don't worry, you cannot hurt me. Watch him get shish kebab. He's turning into Darth Maul's That's a really good effect on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of wondering if they actually heated it to get the actual sparks, and then they added the effect on it in post. Take this basket.
I want to believe that they actually cast a magic spell on it.
Yeah, I mean, that's... I think that's more sensible. God, I love that background. I love gloomy places. I love cloudy skies. So this
I
kind
love
of stuff.
rocks, in particular.
I like rocks. You know, it's rock.
It's better than sand.
Oh God, they'll start talking about sand. It gets into everything.
I like how he's shedding this many scales, though. I'm like, dude, you got like fucking dragon eczema.
It's just dandruff.
Well, think about it. As old as he is,
Yeah,
you look at like an
eczema,
old
what's it
snake when they're just constantly
Dragon
shedding.
psoriasis. That's what I was thinking. Not eczema.
I wonder if dragon scales would be worth something. They gotta be, right? Especially if dragons are not like super common. And
Yeah, but
you know,
people who use them, like, what? You know, what are those things don't look like they'd be used for armor.
I don't know.
They're
Man.
brutal as shit.
Yeah, they look pretty bad.
but even I mean, it depends on do they lose their integrity like once they shed them?
Maybe.
As they were even
I
saying
just
too.
don't get why they look like weird and like flaky.
Well, again, maybe it's just like the epidermal layer. Like once they kind of flake and peel off.
I like how she's like legit going into the
Oh.
layer.
Nice.
And now I will have visions.
I used that, asshole. Why'd you do that?
Yeah, really. That's like probably that animal was probably passed down from his father, from his father's father. Hey, great asshole! You just ruined my livelihood. Fuck you.
Hey, but you know where you get those things fixed?
Where?
At the blacksmith.
Guess you have to make yourself another one. No, fare thee well.
He spins around and cuts him in half. Like, whoa!
This wasn't for the dragon. I'm going for my revenge. He just kills the whole town.
Jesus.
That'd be so good. Maybe they are strong enough. It looked like a fucking, like...
Well, no, she made it because it might be fireproof.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we know this, but
It looks like a collage of leaves, you know?
Yeah.
so like, you want to go out? I'm Batman.
That's great.
Clearly. She's like, go ahead, make love to her. It won't break my heart.
Technically, you never were.
Like, you always ask you, like, okay, why not just leave this kingdom and go? But back then...
Well, yeah.
Wait, but that thing back then, even, like, languages and dialects were literally from town to town, because if you were born in a town and raised there,
no.
you didn't leave. Like, people literally just stayed in that one area. You didn't travel anywhere. So the idea of her just going and leaving is almost more unrealistic for her, probably, than to, like, you know... deal with this dragon.
She's not a virgin anymore. Is that how that works?
Oh, Jesus.
Yep, that's it. That's all it takes.
She's
Now
saved.
She's pregnant. Oh, she's got twins now.
God. Clearly, that's how that works.
Oh, she's working on quintuplets. I don't know why that made me laugh.
I don't know why it made you laugh either.
I just found that incredibly amusing. I'm sorry.
Is it because it was a little skull with a crown on it?
It was just
A big crown? Little skull with a big crown? I don't...
little skull with a big crown.
Jesus.
Oh.
You know, it'd be really cool if I learned how to appear in smoke.
I know, you just look at that. Look at him, he's just like, yeah, I'm not impressed. Again, though, he's trying to act like a badass. I'm just like, you're literally hiding in fear from this dragon.
I feel like this wouldn't really even be a fight if he doesn't use magic, you know? Like, this would be like Game of Thrones Tyrion versus, like, anyone else in that show.
Yeah, but Tyrion would be smart enough to, like, not even have to do this himself.
Yeah.
Tyrion would have, like,
I'm
bribed
just
the
saying
dragon.
the fight in general, like, this is just like a little green boy, you know, trying to fight with his hands, which he probably has just been
With
studying
a
books
heavy
his whole life.
two-handed spear.
Yeah. You know that kid's a bookworm.
I like how they
He's a
both
wizard.
their fucking helmets flew off, by the way. Like, what the fuck, guys? They have straps.
I mean, you can't have a fight without some, you know, flowing locks.
It's true.
Everything goes slow motion. Van Halen starts playing. Here's my thing, though. Again, this guy acts like such a badass, but I'm like, then fight the dragon. Kill the dragon, right? Because here's the thing.
It's a lot easier to act like a badass when you're fighting a little green boy as opposed to a dragon.
Yeah, but you're a badass,
And it's
right?
like you're saving the princess who volunteered herself.
You see, interesting. He said, "Thank the gods for it," like plural. That's what I'm wondering. Okay, so it's almost like he's, you know, polytheistic, but there's also like a priest there. That's why I'm kind of like, okay, so unless that's one of the. Oh, there you go. But it is an interesting thing to point out too.
I thought this wood pillar would save me. I was wrong.
Pillar, why?
You have betrayed me. I felt so safe when you were in my arms.
Hey, you okay in there?
Hey, princess. So, how about you don't sacrifice yourself to the dragon? You might want to pick up the pace there a little bit, you know?
I would keep that that shield out in front of me.
It doesn't really look all that dark in there.
Well, of course not,
It's the
silly.
ambient lighting.
He's got-
Oh, Jesus. It's actually pretty gross.
I know. Like, well,
So, I think she's dead.
I mean, she could definitely be alive still and just passed out. I mean, her leg is definitely fucked, but, you know, she can get a peg leg. It'll be fine.
she's fine.
She's rich. She could get somebody to cover her a nice leg.
I know. Get that blacksmith.
Get a metal one.
Just always felt like in medieval times, you know, there's no like a Neosporin.
Yeah.
You get a cut. You're kind of just like, you know.
Dead.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a paper cut. 2 days
Well,
later,
that's fatal.
died of like massive infection. Your whole arm was going gangrene.
I stubbed my toe. We'll have to take off your leg now.
That's the thing too. If it's rearing young dragons, that's actually the bigger problem because essentially it's turning your entire kingdom into a brood, and it's going to be younger, healthier dragons. I'm trying to see how much of that is the set versus I think like a matte painting. Oh man, look at this. This is a dungeon dive. Right about now, you'd be rolling investigation.
Dungeon delve.
Yeah. You'd be rolling for investigations and stealth checks and.
You'd do the stealth check before you even went in there.
Well, yeah.
That's so cool.
I love that.
That would have been a pretty intense set right here.
I know, but it looks awesome. Well, I feel now they might what they might do is like they might do like the water and some of the stones, but like everything in the background might be like a green screen.
And the fire, for sure, would not have been real.
I mean, they still do sometimes. It depends. The irony is now movies at really big budgets, they'll do a lot of stuff practical because it's actually more expensive now to do things practical sometimes.
Yeah.
So when you see like a set that has a lot of practical effects in it, it's like a sign of like, oh, we have a big budget.
So is this going to
We
be
can
a
actually
black dragon or a green dragon?
Oh, I'm pretty sure
Clearly
this
it's
is
amphibious.
pretty sure this is just standard stereotype
I know.
medieval dragon.
Hey, you made D&D references.
I know,
so
I know.
did I.
Well, it breathes fire, so in theory it has to be what? Either
That looks like the weakest chainmail.
I know.
it's
right?
evil and it breathes
just
fire,
that
therefore it's a
leather.
red.
He's got the leaf shield and like the, you know the like binder rings chainmail.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. He's a sorcerer. Nothing can harm him.
It's not even legit chainmail. It's just like studded leather.
Yeah.
See, I love how this dragon just creeps up on everyone.
Bottom,
He failed his
bottom,
perception
bottom,
check.
bottom, bottom. That's not the right.
No, it's not. He turned it to James Bond.
Oh, hi. Nice to meet you.
Oh, that's cool.
He's got like little fins almost though.
Oh, I know. I like how, again, look at that.
Let me just take this stance right here. This is what I practice to defeat the dragon.
But again, they always used to do this in fantasy, or they still, like, technically this is a wyvern. For those who don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
And you
it's-
know that fire would go like right around that shield and just burn the shit out of him.
Listen, it's magic, okay? They're magic dragon scales. It's fine.
And for those of you guys that wonder what I mean by that, it's like a classic Drake is has 4 limbs plus the wings. A wyvern, upper limbs are the wings, like this. So basically, a wyvern kind of moves like a bat, where their front legs are wings, much like these dragons. And usually, they always
You said Drake. You meant dragon. Drakes were wingless.
were they?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Okay, never mind.
Worms.
I thought worms were
dragons
wingless.
Or like the ones with the all 4 and then the wings separate.
A worm is a young dragon, right?
Well, whatever. I don't know.
But the point
All
is,
I know is drakes are wingless and wyverns are the ones with the wing arms.
yeah.
Play
Yes.
Dragon's Dogma. They got it covered.
Yeah. See, yeah, this is go motion. So think about it. This is pre CGI. Look how awesome this looks.
Yeah, no, it does look really nice.
Look. And the difference is that between go motion, stop motion, the movement is a lot less jerky than stop motion.
Is it Peace Note?
Yeah, what did
No,
she?
he's pissing pants.
He should have just slid down on his fucking shield.
And actually, right here, this was going to be how they rendered the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park before they discovered CGI. They were going to do them all go motion, like this. Well, this is a practical effect right here. But yeah, they did. If you watch like a lot of the behind the scenes of Jurassic Park, they show test footage of the dinosaurs as go motion dinosaurs. I love the eyes. Like, look how well that moves.
I know. It really does look good.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, this was almost the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. And if you had never seen CGI what it looks like, I mean, this is really good.
Yeah.
And this is 1981.
Yeah. That looks better than some CG nowadays.
Yeah,
like,
it does.
For low budget.
Yeah, no joke. But the problem is, it's like it takes so long to do.
Yeah.
That's the drawback to go motion. Is that
You have to have a nice, I don't know, prop, whatever you
It's-
want to
yeah,
call
yeah,
it. A nice
yeah.
puppet, I guess.
trust fall?
Didn't he have spikes on his neck? Yeah, like how did that not go to his dick?
I know this looks so good. Again, I love how this is so high fantasy. Just on a dragon fighting it. Like this is awesome. Ow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the movement is so good. The only thing that kind of gives it away is the compositing they have to do.
Yeah.
But, you know, they do the best they could. But, yeah, the movement is really good. Oh.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I remember seeing this as a kid, and I was like, oh my god, this is awesome.
Dragons are real.
That dude's hair would be so toasted.
I know, he wouldn't have those feathered curls anymore.
What the fuck?
Guess he somehow made it out.
We're just gonna fast forward to this? Like, what?
Still alive. It's funny, I'm reading a little bit about the movie. Apparently they based a lot of the dragon's anatomy off a Rumphorhynchus, which is a
Oh yeah, those Rumphorhynchus.
yeah. Well, it's a small species of pterosaur, but the way it kind of moves, like so. Again, one of the real reasons why the dragon looks so good too is if you think about it, they are they're taking a creature that is unrealistic, and they're trying to, and anatomically speaking, build it as realistic as possible. So they look at other animals in nature, past and present, that had a comparative anatomy. Like, okay, well, how would that move? So I think that's one of the reasons why it holds up so well too. Is that even though it's a dragon, it moves like something that would exist. Like it doesn't feel completely alien. It's alien only in the fact that it's a mythological creature that never existed.
That breathes fire and flies.
Yeah, but the way it flies and the way it walks would be like, okay, if it was real, it was a real big animal, that's how it would move. They're using like real physics, which I always love when they do that.
Yeah, it almost seems like it doesn't matter. He's a sorcerer and he's fighting the dragon. He's just, sword and
Yeah.
ornament. Like, where's all your magic?
Yeah, and how Phil Tippett and a lot of the other guys who actually worked on Jurassic Park worked on designing the dragon here too. which again, going back to what I was saying before, when they were going to design the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park using Go Motion, that came from, again, these guys having done stuff like this already, saying, okay, you want to bring a big creature to life, this is the way you do it. So again, it was only seeing like the test footage of CGI, how it would look with dinosaurs, that made them realize, oh, we can do it even better. But otherwise, this was like the standard of the day. And again, Jurassic Park came out in 1993. This came out in 1981. So you see how long they've been using this technology. So when CGI came about, it was very much like, wow, this is going to change the way these movies are made, because they had been made for a certain way for so long.
What the fuck is he on about? The old man?
Yeah.
Has his name been Galen the whole time?
Yeah.
It's a good name. It's a nice name.
Nice name. You approve this name?
Yeah.
What'd you
Nothing weird about the name.
Jeez. Wow.
I'm sorry.
Hooray for maturity.
That's what I'm known for.
It's all good. We all have our specialties.
Yeah.
Maturity is mine.
I love how they keep going back down in there.
Into the fucking lair.
I guess you know there's a dragon in there, right?
Especially her. She just fucking waltzed right in before.
Oh, she probably figures, well, it's only a matter of time, so I might as
One way or
well.
another, I end up here.
Yeah, so at least this way I'm being proactive, or I'm just going to hasten the inevitable. Good for her.
I know, it's kind of weird how she was so adamant about the princess, like, taking what's coming to her with the draft and everything, but she's been dodging it since she was,
I know.
Well, yeah. Oh, wow. I never made that connection.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah. How is she any different than the princess?
But I guess at the same time, in her mind, that was kind of the thing.
Well, I want to say it's more of her dad.
Well, yeah, but...
Well, that too, but it's like,
meanwhile,
the rich get excused from it, so she, pretended so she had the same thing as the rich.
Yeah, but still the same thing. Okay, meanwhile, other girls you know and grow up with are dying. I guess it's like, okay, if it comes from your own ingenuity, it's okay.
So what was special about that old man's sack?
Those are his ashes.
Yeah.
Those are the wizard's ashes?
Don't say it like that.
Yeah,
the sack the old man gave him.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Say it that way.
I didn't mean...
Say it that way,
basically,
Alex.
He said he knew he couldn't make the journey, so he wanted us to make it for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, it's supposed to bring him back, but,
Which is really, really clever. Okay, it's kind of an interesting way to say, okay, you're basically using magic to kind of pick up the slack where your body can't do it.
Even though I'm like, where's the dragon right now? Just, sleeping. It's out for lunch.
I mean, he did stab it in the neck, so it's probably like, I always love when they do that kind of effect, where they do like the wind thing to make like the little fire tornado.
So is this where Dumbledore comes back?
It's like an Oscar trophy right there.
I know, I was thinking that too.
And the Academy Award for most failed attempt at dragon slaying goes to Galen. I win? What's up, bitches?
I got some new thread.
Yeah, you thought I killed myself, but no, here I am. There goes that look in his eye. I want to start saying that.
What?
I thank the powers that made me.
You go to your next job interview, you get the job, and just say that. No, never mind. You don't have the job after all. We didn't realize you were fucking insane. I also like two things. It's kind of doubled up as like a as like a test for him. Apparently, they said this whole area is a post-Roman occupation too.
Okay. It's just weird. There's the whole pagan vibe, but
Well, again, like that one guy who said, "No, I think the gods." So that's the thing. A lot of people were probably pagan, but they were playing along because if they openly worshipped anything other than Christianity, they would have been, killed. So, but the average commoner, honestly, like, historically speaking, their ancestors, would have been pagan. That looks so cool. Again, I just love how all the visuals in this movie, they're just so unapologetically fantasy. Like,
I just like how she's trying to run and hide with this big glowing torch in her hand.
I know. Again, that dragon perched on that cliff looks like the side of a van from like 1980 something. You know what I mean? Like, I love it.
So, why did the old man have to die and come back?
Because he couldn't make the journey.
Ah.
And it's going to take all his power to fight this fight.
Even though I feel like they could have found another way to fucking...
I mean, they could have
like
just...
a wagon or a horse?
Piggyback ride?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll carry you, bro. Like, it's not a big deal.
Listen.
You don't gotta resort to this.
I guess if you have the power, why not?
It's like, dude, like, I'll carry you. No. Stab me in the chest. No, seriously, I'll fucking carry you. No! You must slay me. Stab me. God damn it, not this again. God damn it,
damn.
Vissy.
So now he's just like a all-powerful motherfucker. That'd be hilarious if he pulled out a sword and like killed them both. And then the credits just start. He made a mistake. That was not what he was supposed to do. The dragon actually lives.
The end.
Just random narrator pops in. This is the end of our story. They did not kill the dragon this day.
God, this whole bit is so epic. I don't know, this movie... Again, this movie did... The 80s did for this movie what the 80s did think for a lot of other genre films, is that it made genre... These movies were always a lot of fun. Again, there's still fantasy movies today, there's still horror movies today, there's still creature features, and they're kind of gotten really good again, but I think one of the reasons why people look back on the 80s with such fun is that all the movies had a sense of fun to them. Regardless of the genre, whether you're into horror movies, slashers, fantasy, sci-fi, creature features, whatever, there was always like a playful kind of element to them. They embraced what they were. They didn't apologize for what they were. Like, again, you're making a high fantasy movie about slaying a dragon, and this literally feels like exactly like what you'd expect it to be, and it's fun.
I just don't know where the old man... I just want to know what he's doing.
I mean, look at this. Sorcery, lightning, an eclipse, a dragon. It's so fantasy, and it's like, and I love it. It's not trying to be like, well, we're gonna do a fantasy story, but we're gonna try to make it more like, no. We're making a fucking fantasy movie, and it's gonna be exactly what you paid to see.
He doesn't know the portal spell,
Dimension door out of there.
Yeah, anything.
He's gonna do plane shift on the dragon.
Can't he, telekinesis himself and just fly or something?
Can he do like shape change, like polymorph? Just turn into a
Okay, that's too fantastical. All right.
We gotta draw the line somewhere.
He's not an animorph.
He starts photoshopping, it's like style changing really bad, like the old covers.
I like how you can see the green screen around the little guy.
Listen, Listen, if you're gonna nitpick this whole goddamn time, we'll shut this thing down right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're almost to the end, but sure.
Again, I love like the stage is set top of a large, rocky spire like type peak, and you're gonna just do a showdown with a fucking dragon. This is like the fantasy equivalent of like a western.
I know,
It's just
right?
a showdown.
Oh god, I thought she got giant for a second.
Just backhands the dragon out of the sky. No, it's my destiny. I will
Can't get
do
rid
what
of his Viagra.
What?
What?
She just...
Okay, I like you just shot lightning out of a staff at the dragon. You see what I'm saying? How fucking cool this is?
Oh, that was a witch bolt.
Well, that was cool. And then he just got bitch slapped.
I mean, for an old man, he took that like a champ.
I know, he did
Yeah.
that pretty...
I mean, he did die
I don't
once,
think he
so
realized what happened.
Oh,
that sucks.
hi. Oh, look at Jan. That's fucking gangster right there. Look at him. He's like, bitch, please.
This ain't my first rodeo.
Fucking shoot lightning out of my stick. What the
Technically,
fuck you got?
He came back
Not
from
my
the dead
stick.
in the fire.
That's what I'm saying. That was an actual wizard lightning battle right there.
Right?
Oh. Then how high up are they?
They're actually flying right now.
A little glow, whatever they had to his eye. That was cool.
Wing is fucked up.
I know. I like how silent they're making it too, like the approach. Show me what you got. Oh, I guess he's got you now.
Is the play to just smash it with a rock? I don't think so. I think he meant something else there.
He's like, how will I know when it's time? You hear the guy screaming, no! No! Do it fucking now! He's like-
So... Okay.
Oh.
Alright, so that's like his little remote control detonator.
Oh, shit.
That's rough.
He just turned the wizard into a fucking grenade. Look at that.
I gave
Blow me up.
Person.
You cannot hurt me.
I gave you my little rock that will make me explode at any moment.
But here's my thing. This guy's whole method of magic, this entire movie, is to, like, die. How will I be transported? Kill me.
Oh yeah, he's not dead. This is just like an every other Tuesday for him.
Even though I'm kind of like, you could have just told him, here's the thing, if you smash
when
this,
you break this,
I blow up. So wait for the dragon to touch me, and then blow me up.
so the saying when he handed it to him in the beginning, he was like, break this and kill me at the same time. What if you just instantly broke it and it all just blew up? Roll credits, the narrator comes in and explains.
It's so cool that they made that whole thing.
I know, that's one big problem. Bless you.
Hey.
That'd be fun as shit to make.
Look how she's like underwhelmed there, like, yeah, so, it's a dragon, huh? Mm-hmm, yeah. Bless you.
Whew, thank you.
Are you allergic to the end of the movie?
Yeah.
It wasn't the Lord, motherfuckers. It was us.
Oh, yeah, this part coming up is great. Yeah, that dragon got fucked up.
He looks like a Thanksgiving turkey.
If you put a hand grenade in the middle of
Jesus.
it. I claim this as my kill.
Clearly.
Wait, he did? He actually did?
Yeah, that's how it would have been back then. Like, everything you did in the kingdom was an extension of the king.
Yeah.
So even though somebody else did it, it is the will of the king. Therefore, the king did it. It's good to be king, man. Like, you can take credit for everything. You don't do shit, but you take credit for everything.
So he doesn't have his little magic stone anymore, right? So
He doesn't have his old man undressing mode anymore.
So he's just a regular guy now.
You do still have your powers.
Would have loved them to make a sequel to this movie. But this is back in the days where not everything got a sequel. Nowadays, they would have an entire Dragonslayer cinematic universe, which, admittedly, I'd be completely okay with. Horsey!
It's supposed to be the old man, like, returning or some shit?
It's like he willed the horseman, like, you know, he was at, it's his power, he can, like...
Yeah, because he was like, oh, I wish we had a horse or something.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
And then the horse was like...
I thought, like, you
I'm
know,
a
the white
horse,
hair was symbolizing the old wizard, and now
I mean, it might be.
And then this music.
I know, it's a little weird.
I feel like this is some, like,
battle music, kind of like, or like, oh god, we have to flee from a thing
I
music.
don't know.
Not like walk off into the sunset kind of music.
This is more of like an like a episode ending music, not like a movie score ending. I don't know.
Tune in next week.
Scotland and North Wales.
Yeah.
And England.
But yeah, folks, that is going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace!
Bye-bye!